On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back at the abandoned mini resort, and today, well, this part is looking completely done, but this part over here, well, we don't know what we're gonna do with it. So, by the end of the day, it might be a shed and it might be a tiki bar. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are here at the abandoned shed that used to be in front of the abandoned mini resort, or well, still is, and it's just a big mess. It's got a lot of tools in it, stuff like that, our magnet, the tubes, just stuff for the boat mostly, and leftovers like some PEX and insulation, and really just a lot of leftovers. So we needed to store those somewhere, but now we need to figure out what we're going to do with the front of this thing because it looks really rough. Obviously, they've got OSB over here, they've got metal corrugated over here. The whole thing is just built out of scrap that over the years, the old owners just kept picking up from trash cans around the place and putting it on the walls and just doing crazy stuff with. And somehow it's got a bunch of Throwback inside too to stop the air from coming in.
This was the actual house, not that house.
It was one of their bedrooms as well. You can see this was actually the bed where they were sleeping, and there's just stuff stored all the way through inside. This Throwback is holding in stuff. So we haven't been on a discovery mission yet, but I think we're gonna do that right now as we figure out what we have to do with this. And it's gonna start with gutting it because it should not have plywood inside with no insulation or anything like that. You can clearly see the corrugated that they didn't sheet. They just stuck the corrugated right on the 2x4s, which is just a lot of crazy stuff. Do you want to start by backing the truck up right here so we can just throw trash into the back?
Yeah, it's already pretty full.
I know, huh? Also today we're gonna rebuild this deck, which actually seems like the easiest part of the day. It's exactly 12 foot long. So we don't know why they have, you know, scabbed in boards on there. We're gonna go buy a bunch of 12 2x6s and redeck that, and it should look brand new. So just a couple finishing touches here on the house, and then figuring out what we're gonna do with this. Update, guys, we've got this thing mostly cleaned out inside, and we found lots of cool stuff that we're planning on keeping for the rest of our lives. Check it out. DirecTV extender box. I mean, where are you gonna find one of those bad boys? No HDMI or anything. Eric's in there ripping down another set of cabinets. Ah, you ruined it.
There's a spice rack for your new house.
Perfect, perfect. I was actually hoping to have that exact model.
It's yours.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the back of the truck where we're keeping all the stuff we want. All right, that's a good spot for that. And we got everything that belongs to us out of there. We also found the DirecTV home box. Table soft fence right there. Can't beat that. I mean, you know, pusher. No HDMI. Love that. Phone jack. The DirecTV home box. We'll just accidentally put that over here too. We also found this mint condition Craftsman 2.7 maximum developed horsepower right there. Table saw, can't beat that. And a Dodge Ram center console. Oh yeah, I need to throw this away too, huh? All right, some shoes, love that. Are we planning on wearing those?
You can do whatever you want later.
Okay. And this is actually looking a bit cleaner inside. I'm kind of surprised. Check this out. This is there for artistic effect. This whole shed is basically a mixed media art project. Well, we are on our second load of completely full truck bed, and it's full of just 3-foot scraps of wood that were hacked together to try to build something inside this structure here. So, Eric and I have fully deconstructed this thing. I do like the rustic corrugated look, but the bed up here is gone. And of course, all of the sheeting and Throwback that was inside, the Throwback was on the inside of this thing, is all gone. It was just little scraps of Throwback too. But we have gotten everything out of here, and it's time to go to Lowe's and buy some fresh wood. So we're heading to the dumpsters to clean up all of this mess, and we're heading to Lowe's to, well, buy all the stuff to make a new mess. Hopefully a much, much prettier mess. All right, guys, as you can see, the sun has basically gone down on us. We put in a whole day. We just finished our 4th run to the dump with this truck full. And in the middle of it, of course, it looks a little bit different up front. There's a brand new deck right there. So we redecked the entire entryway, and it just had like scabbed in boards, all this weird stuff. So we cleaned all that up. We'll just do some finish cuts with the track saw later, and we're gonna route that so it's pretty, stain it, and then it'll all be wrapped up. And in here, of course, we have it completely emptied out, and we're about to start framing up the giant window here on the front. So I'm gonna unload all the trash cans because we just got back from another dump run, pick up all this trash, and then we'll start cutting through all this metal right here. We did find a free pry bar, which is awesome. Can't beat that. I kicked the pry bar, but I'm taking the pry bar, so you know.
No, that's my pry bar.
No, I found it.
You can have. You found it. Tell you what, you can have the handle.
Okay, deal. We also found a signed CD from Home Run and what looks like a Mustang metal front cowl there. Not quite sure what that's off, but I mean, it's pretty old. It's metal. They don't make them like that anymore.
A few minutes later.
And just like that, guys, we have the beginnings of a tiki bar. This is the bar side, and we're gonna have a riser over here, a 5-inch riser. Then we're gonna cut all of this out and put in a giant window. And this window is gonna swing open out here, swing, I don't know, inside, outside.
Inside.
Inside?
Just because this is already
Pretty low out here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'll have a big bar top that's extending out here. And bar stools, well, we're not gonna get bar stools for it, but bar stools across the front. And of course, we're gonna side all the nasty looking wood over here. And this thing is gonna be ready to rock. We're also throwing that door away because, you know, tiki bar probably shouldn't say keep out. That's more of a creepy bar. Well, guys, it's been a day. We are exhausted, but we are headed to Lowe's to buy more material to finish up everything inside there. Obviously, there's a few things we want to bring back from home, like a breaker box. So we have temporary power run between the house and the tiki bar in case people want to put a refrigerator out there or something like that. Obviously, we've got power for it right here. And if we just run a little RV cord out of that thing with a bushing, should be good to go. They could even have water with a hose and a sink if they wanted, and just dump the sink right outside, because really all you want is hand washing. Eric tore the old deck. You guys might remember there was a pretty big platform. You can see how big it was before you went into the basement door. He took all of that out today as well because it was rotten. We were gonna rebuild it with composite, but once we got to it, we were like, oh, the door is basically just at ground level. It's a little bitty step up. I think he measured and said it's about an 8-inch step up. We're just gonna be done with that, close the door, and forget about that platform ever being here. It has been fully deleted, and should be actually easier to get in because there were holes in that deck that you could fall through. So, one problem solved, and now off to Lowe's. All right, guys, it is the next morning, and it is time to build a fence. So first, we have to delete the old fence. First, I got on my construction flip-flops here. So I'm definitely ready to go. All safety measures have been accounted for. I think I'm just gonna grab the Sawzall and run down this real quick so we can get it apart with the quickness, and then we'll keep disassembling the nice way from there. And obviously, if we do little 3-4 foot sections, something like that, it'll make it easy to load this in the truck and go throw it away. Also, we bought one 4x4 post, and it looks like we should have got 2. Another funny thing about the old fence construction, look at that. Look how they attach the 2x4s. They notch them. Never seen that in my life. We will not be doing it like that. And there's a ton of construction material we got to throw away back there as well. So a lot of cleanup to do. And of course, we got to unload the truck after last night's Lowe's run. She's packed. This bimetal blade's really not cutting the wood. Also, this blade's pretty much ruined as well. Time for round 2 with the Linux this time. Maybe we can get through the wood. Here's the deal. The little M12 hacksaw here just doesn't have a lot of power, and it ends up just running the blade back and forth and making a lot of heat. Look how blue that is. Is that the hottest Sawzall blade you've ever seen in your life? Also, the saw is on fire. Let's just switch saws again. I thought this was gonna get it done in 30 seconds, but I need the big one. I think this is the last trash pile we're gonna have to clean up that was left behind from the old owners here. They had tried to like hide all their construction debris back in here, just a bunch of junk, except for the scaffolding, which we always wanted to keep once we saw that there. So, you know, I'll take the scaffolding as a trade for piling all the trash here in the corner. So we're gonna get all that cleaned up right now and then get busy building the new fence. Chainsaw took it right down, no problem. Well, here's an update for you guys on the tiki bar. If you take a look at this, we've got a double header up here. This entire thing is going to be a swing open window, and all that metal right there going in the trash. So the next time we're down here, we'll build that window. It's pretty much the last thing we have to do, the window and the bar top, and of course it'll swing up inside here and have like a hook that you'll hook it to at the very back, and then you'll have all this room out here with this extended bar top at the level you guys saw right here. Come out here, bar stools, and then it's just time to decorate. We need some tiki bar decorations. Other than that, this thing's ready to go. So Eric is over here. I just finished running to the dump for our 5th dump run of the weekend. And we have the old fence thrown away, pretty much everything cleaned up, a new rock pile going in right here, and in a few minutes, a new fence. Woo, look at that. A little bit of, we stopped picketing for a minute so we could put these guys in. Eric's putting a smaller corner piece up here for a little bit of a design element. And then we can finish throwing all the pickets on this fence and we're done for the weekend. I think that is a big improvement. Obviously we're gonna take a bunch of rock because this is a very rocky place and rock the bottom in because there's almost, what, would you say 24 inches, maybe more height variation here?
Yeah, there's just a lot of drop.
Tons of drop. Even the concrete floor inside the tiki bar, we think drops over 10 inches front to back. So we've got a lot more out here where there's grade that we're dealing with. So we're gonna fill the bottom of the fence in with rock and try to get the top level, cut the posts off, and she should be nice and pretty. The angle's going in right now, and that's getting close to the end of the weekend. It's gonna be sweet. Alright guys, it has been an absolute weekend. You can see the new deck right there. It is completely redone. We got all of our scrap metal that we pulled out of this place all loaded up. It's gonna go in the scrap metal. Where else would you expect? And of course, all of this is ready for us to cut the window out. We put some temporary support back in until we get down here to build our giant flipping window next week, and then we'll make it flip. Over here, we got a new fence done, of course, and it was looking absolutely awesome, but when we spec'd it out, we counted the pickets they had on it because it looked like they had 5-inch pickets, and they had 30 of them. We got 31, and guess what? We're 1 short. So the fence is done minus 1 picket, and of course we're gonna take more of the rocks from around here and fill the bottom up so it just looks nice and rocky and kind of natural in there. But that is it for today, guys. We are headed home. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. It doesn't look like we did that much, but we really rebuilt a whole shed. Not to mention 5 dump runs in the middle of it.
We built a 12 by 10 deck. And
12 by 10 deck, full fence.
Yeah, and we had to redo.
And
we just thought we were doing the deck boards, but the whole thing was rotten, so we rebuilt that whole thing.
Just insanity what we did this weekend.
5, 6, maybe 7 dump loads. We might be undercutting them. We did like 5 yesterday.
Yeah, I think we did 4 yesterday and 1 today. But we're going again, so 6. We're headed there again right now.
Sprayed all the weed.
We sprayed all that, so all that grass will be dead. So we did some stuff. I think this just came off your table saw.
What did? I hope not.
It did.
No, that was there before.